In this video, we will see how a rich chain smoker is forced to quit his smoking addiction by harsh punishment in a mysterious rehabilitation center, and his struggle during this program before he finally quits smoking. Hello guys, and welcome to our channel, Movies Stop. And today, we will see a Bollywood psychological mystery thriller, No Smoking 2007. The movie starts with our main protagonist, Kay, who wakes up in an unknown location somewhere in Russia by his girlfriend's call, Annie, who asks him about his whereabouts, on which he is not sure of. Soon he feels thirsty and starts finding some cigarettes, which he didn't find. He tries to knock a door to ask cigarettes to a soldier who doesn't reply him. Kay goes back to his room where he notices a bathtub outside in open snow and soon breaks the glass and runs towards it in a hope to get some cigarettes. A soldier peeing outside sees him and fires some shots at him, which he missed, and Kay manages to get towards the bathtub and finally found some cigarettes, but soon he gets shot. With this, Kay wakes up in his bathtub, realizing that this was his dream. He then goes to see his doctor, who explains this incident as the result of strong smoking addiction, in which he fears that if somehow he won't get his cigarettes, then will die. Kay asks him about the strange location of that bathtub in an open field, on which the doctor replies that maybe someday instead of cigarettes, if he will jump in that bathtub, then he might get some different path. In the next scene, we see Kay smoking his cigarette outside a pub, where he sees his old friend Abbas, to whom he offers his cigarette, but he seems not interested for a puff. Also, Annie comes outside to meet him, where he again offers him a small puff to show off, but again he rejects it, which makes Kay feel humiliated in front of his girlfriend, and he then forces him to take a small puff, on which they both get into a small scuffle, and Abbas overthrows him, shouting that he loves his wife before going inside the cafe. Annie goes to meet him as she was impressed on how he has changed completely into a non-smoker. Annie tells him that she is so frustrated about his smoking addiction and asks him how he has achieved this, on which he gives her business card of a rehabilitation center. Next day, before going to office, he takes the business card and visits the hospital to see his brother who has asthma and his right lung was removed due to an infection. There, his friend suggests him about this rehabilitation center, but Kay already knew about it. When he reaches home, he learns that Annie has left him, on which he finally decides to call Abbas to get him an appointment in a promise to get her back. As Abbas calls the mysterious rehabilitation call center, he asks about his missing fingers, on which the lady replies that once the client signs the contract, your parcel will get delivered. Following the address, Kay gets deep into the slum where he was told to get inside a tunnel where he walks through the extreme poverty, and right before entering into the rehabilitation center, Kay sees many men in prison looking towards him. In the center, we are introduced to Baba, who then tells Kay to read the contract. After seeing the strict nature of contract, he doubts it and asks if he not wants to sign it, on which Baba's followers picks him up forcefully and throws him into a ditch. As he wakes up, Baba lectures him that it's their duty to make him quit smoking, and if they fail to do so, then there is no any other option but to destroy his soul. Kay finally signs the contract, and then he has to sign on his check of 2,111,110 rupees for his own treatment, and only 1 rupee as his fees. Baba also showed him how much he has spent all his money directly or indirectly due to smoking cigarettes till today in his life, from his very first cigarette till his 30% contribution in his brother's asthma, and many more, which costs him total 4,388,556 rupees. After refusing to pay the amount, they make him pay on gunpoint. Now his treatment has started, and they handcuff him to tell the rules, which are as follows. On his first cigarette, his brother will be put in a gas chamber where he has to spend 5 minutes filled cigarette smoke, which he smoked till this date. Upon his second cigarette, his fingers will be cut off. Upon third, his wife, Anjali, will get killed, who is Annie for their office. Upon fourth, his mom will be put in a gas chamber, and still if he decides to smoke 5th time, his soul be get destroyed. As Kay signs the contract, Abbas gets his finger delivered and he joins them. While Kay is driving back home, he dares to smoke a cigarette, and as he uses his lighter, he got in an accident, which makes him a little deaf, and he started using hearing piece like his other friends. Soon, he plans a trick on them in which he instructs his employees to book all the flight tickets from Mumbai to many destinations while keeping them hidden from him, and he picks a random flight where he meets a man who drops him to an unknown location in the middle of nowhere to make sure that even they won't know where he is headed. Upon arriving at a remote location, he lights his second cigarette, and suddenly a man opens the hidden door beneath him and gives him a phone call, and soon he rushes to the rehabilitation center as they put his brother in the gas chamber. As he starts threatening them, they grab and put him in a ditch, and as he wakes up, they show him his brother's struggle. They again make him pay same amount of 2,111,110 rupees. Previously, he paid as a fine to free his brother from gas chamber. After this harsh lesson, Kay stops smoking and declares a no-smoking office to prevent him getting triggers by seeing others doing it. One of Kay's friends, Alex, has returned back to Mumbai from Cuba in an attempt to start selling the branded cigar imported from Havana, and he invites Kay in his launching party, where he calls him on the stage to ask for a small puff, even though he knew that he has left smoking. But still, after refusing in front of the whole audience, he then forces Kay to take it. He puts a cigar in his mouth and was about to light it, but Kay spits it out right before it to save his wife. Thinking that he has smoked the cigarette, his wife quickly disappears, and he then gets call from police as they have received her call before she goes missing. Kay tells them about this rehabilitation center and calls them while Baba is performing surgery on Annie. Kay tells him that he had spit the cigarette before he lit it and tells that they are supposed to cut his fingers for second violation, not to kill his wife, which was the punishment for a third mistake. But Baba tells him that his fingers were held by someone else, so they kidnapped her instead. Kay asks to check his recording where Baba confirms his mistake, but till then, her post-mortem has been already done, and Baba asks for his fee of 1 rupee, which makes Kay get angry. He then calls Abbas to tell police everything. As he comes, he rejects Kay's claims and tells him secretly that don't do this mistake, as they will kill him for that. Police arrest Kay and put him in jail, where he bangs his head in frustration and falls into the water pit, and then he wakes up again in his bathtub like it was his dream. As he walks out, he found the guidelines delivered to him in which it stated that on the last minute of the year, everyone is allowed to smoking cigarette without any risk, and so goes to a party and enjoyed smoking. Soon, next day, he wakes up again in that same cabin that he always dreamt of, and after seeing the bathtub, he remembers his doctor, who told him to get into the bathtub next time instead of getting a cigarette. So, he runs towards it and successfully dives in to swim till the bottom. Now he entered in an old prison where there are many people in the same condition like him, and in front he saw himself, who is now sober, and we see Baba in doctor's getup along with Annie, who came for his discharge. On the other side, Baba asks him about his fees of 1 rupee, but as usual, he didn't have it, so he tells him that this burden will cost your soul, and he get a call where he orders someone to do it. In the prison, they all get burned, indicating their soul now got destroyed. Now again he wakes up, but this time from his bed, and notices he has 2 of his fingers missing. In the next scene, we see him booking an appointment for his friend while holding his finger, and with this, the movie ends.